Continuamos en Fahrenheit, estamos en Fahrenheit y ahora me encuentro con Jonas Brothers. Vamos a hablar acerca de su álbum, acerca de su visita. Hi guys, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Well, first of all, welcome to our country once again. Welcome to Guadalajara. I hope you have a nice flight. And we're waiting just a couple of hours to hear an amazing show. I know you guys are gonna do it. Well, I want to talk about your latest album, Line Vines and Trying Times. Uh, we hear a lot of musical growth and progression. Can you tell us something about the recording process for this album?
Sure, the recording process was with the same producer, John Field, and we got in with some people to write some new writers that we haven't written with them before and some of the same, and really wanted to go with a similar direction but add a little different sound into it. So we threw in a little horns, more horns than we have in the previous times, and it kind of made it a more old school sound to things.
Yeah, actually, I've heard not only in this album, in your previous album, songs like Good Night and Goodbye, you have like a little old school sound, some horns in this album, for example, in Hey Baby. I don't know, there's from where you took that idea, or is there a musical influence that to combine those old school elements with the new music that you're making?
I think for us, we try to infuse a lot of different sounds. One on this record was Neil Diamond. He's always done such an amazing job of having that big band sound, and that's what we try to infuse on songs like Hey Baby and Poison Ivy, and other ones are Stevie Wonder, the same sense where he ties kind of the pop and funk side of things with the horns and the rhythm, and that's what we try to do with this record, and just be ourselves and keep it eclectic with the music and make it something that everyone can listen to and enjoy.
You also have very good collaborations with people like Kathy Dennis. You wrote Paranoid. She's well known as a songwriter and also as a singer, like in the 90s. And also Johnny Lang is in the guitars. How did those collaborations come about?
A couple of things were, well, with Kathy Dennis, it was a collaboration. Some people called and we had the opportunity to write with her, and so we wanted to do it, of course, without all her credits and things like that. So Paranoid was, we wrote that with her. And then the other songs, we really just had these relationships and we called on them and they really kind of just fell into place, and it was kind of a fluke thing that things kept happening, but it definitely, the things between Common and Miley and Johnny Lang, it was definitely awesome.
And one of the songs, also one of the songs of them, Much Better, it also has a little bit of a 90s sound, something like that. Can you tell us something about the song?
Sure. For us, Much Better was a song that we kind of wanted to have a throwback song, and the song means a lot to me. Just kind of a fun song to play live, and it definitely speaks a lot to our lives.
I also hear a little bit of country, especially in What Did I Did for you, and also, Before the Storm with Miley Cyrus. I know you guys have shared the stage with Taylor Swift. You did a cover of Shania Twain. Do you have a little bit of country on your musical veins?
I think we do. We live in Texas now, and so we're always around it, and we love country music. We were able to play a show in Nashville, Tennessee at the beginning of the year with a lot of our favorite country artists. They came out and would do songs with us, and we played some of theirs. And so it's a piece of who we are. It's kind of in our roots. And with this record, there were three distinct sounds that we heard. There was kind of the pop funk sound, the country sound, and then the kind of classic rock. And those are the three sounds that you're going to predominantly hear on the record. And I guess they speak to lines, vines, and trying times, and that's the three different things, and it really stood out to us.
Besides making music, your TV series, movies, you also have an organization, Change for the Children. Can you tell us something about you?
Change for the Children is a huge piece of our lives. Of course, it has a lot to do with diabetes. This is so focused because of Nick and his diabetes. And then there is volunteerism with me, and then of course the Special Olympics with Joe, and which each part has a big heart for each one. And so it's really cool that we could take these efforts that we can bring to the table and we get more people involved, after concerts and things like that. It's very nice.
And also, how do you feel about the fact that you didn't have to wait until year 3000? You already sold million records and you're on the cover of the most important music magazines. I remember that you guys were like in TRL trying to put Mandy on the top 10, and suddenly you become one of the most important pop acts in the world. How do you feel about that?
Wow, thank you very much. Big compliments. For us, we kind of see the future as of right now, we still see us just beginning. For us, we have a really big plan for our lives, and we've definitely completed a lot of our dreams already, and with the dreams that come and actually happen, that come true, you create new ones for yourself. So there's a lot of new dreams that we have for ourselves, and a lot for the Jonas Brothers as a group, and some individually. But you know, it all comes back to the band, and we're looking forward to 2010 as a new year to do new things, new projects, things like that.
Talking about movies, you already done soundtracks. Some of your songs have been used in soundtracks. But as musicians, would you like in, I don't know, in the future, making not only the songs but maybe the score of a film? And what kind of film would you like it to be?
Love to do the score to a movie. We've already talked about that, and thought that that's something we'd be interested in doing. And what kind of film? I don't know. I think for us, you know, maybe romantic comedy could be good. I think we can capture that in that sense where, you know, love bugs, sounds like that, songs like that, where we try to infuse different sounds and chords and things, and it could be a lot of fun.
I know that you got this album. You wrote it mostly on tour. How different was to, I don't know, probably your first songs write it at home or in a studio, and this time write it on tour? How different was that?
I think our life has just become on tour and on the road, you know, and different things like that. So it's been really, really cool. But for us, we wrote a lot of this at home, on the road. We wrote it everywhere. So really, we took inspiration from everything around us.
There's also a very good song called Black Keys, and I'm not the only one. I've heard a lot of good reviews about it. Nick, can you tell us something about the song?
Thank you. Black Keys is a song that I wrote at the piano one night, and the concept of the song was originally the fact that it was the first song I'd written on the Black Keys. I've written a lot of songs on the piano, but in particular the first one on the Black Keys. And then as I was writing it, I realized the concept was all about how sometimes it's better to see things in life black and white, you know, day and night, as opposed to filling it with color and messing up the perfect picture. And it really spoke to me on a personal level, and to hear that, you know, people like it means a lot, and when I see them sing at the shows, it's amazing.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Thanks for the interview. I hope you come to our country as frequently as you've come these years. And well, I'm waiting also for your show.